Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to see how this goes because technically this is a holiday. But as you can see, what you're looking at, we have to talk about, the decision that was made yesterday. But before I start, you know the rules. I have to actually, say the fair use copyright disclaimer. Okay. Copyright disclaimer under section 107. Hello, Art of War. Hello, Art of War. Happy Thanksgiving if you're here in America. Yes, I had to because you know what happened yesterday. They did make a decision. The judge made a decision in regards to Diddy. I'm over here shaking my head. But before we start, yes, Art of War says, good morning, news lady. And likewise, Art of War, good morning. And before I start, I have to actually say the fair use copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Art of War says, judge said no. Oh man, you know what? I should have titled that thumbnail. No Diddy. I should have titled it No Diddy. Now, today we're going to discuss no bail, basically. Diddy bail. Was it a bail or no Diddy? And also we're going to talk about Trump's lawyers' request. Yes, Trump lawyers' request to drop another civil case. And also we're going to compare Diddy versus Mike Jeffries. Okay. But first, let's talk about the Diddy mess, okay? And I don't know if anybody has read, and we're gonna actually see what the judge actually said in his letter, in his filing. This is his filing. And in this filing, I mean, Diddy, everybody just telling lies. Everybody is telling lies in this filing that was submitted yesterday. Everybody is just telling lies. Complete, utter lies. And I say that because in this filing, I find out that Diddy has his attorneys. They're lying for Diddy. The first thing. The second thing, Diddy himself, he has been not following the rules, even to the point he has reached out to witnesses since he's been locked up. Did you hear what I just said? He has reached out to witnesses since he's been locked up. I feel like a fool. Why do I feel like a fool? Because I'm going to show. And hello, life of Parker. I missed the Diddy parties. Oh no, not the Diddy. No, don't miss the Diddy parties. No. Now I want to say I was giving people the benefit of the doubt. I really was. But when I say I feel like a fool right now, I really, really do. I really feel like a fool because it's like I was feeling some type of way for Diddy. I really was. I was feeling some type of way for Diddy. I actually thought that he was gonna, Maybe. I had a maybe moment, especially when they raided his cell. They took his notebook, they took things away, they took pictures of what was in his notebook when they raided his cell, when they did the emergency hearing. And now I feel like an absolute fool. Now I believe this guy. Hello, Narendra. Thank you for coming. Shout out to India. Narendra says, hey, yo, I missed yesterday. Narendra, I wish you could have came into it. I wish. But look, you can replay. You can always replay. Now, I believe this guy. I believe everything that came out of his mouth. And who is this guy? This is Jonathan Oddie, right? We talked about him. I believe everything this guy, and this guy, okay, he is the man that called himself, showed out on Trump golf course in 2018, and he spoke about Diddy. He said that he worked for Diddy. He was the guy that Diddy paid to sleep with Cassie, okay? So now it's all coming together. I believe him. I believe him. I'm going to tell you who else I believe. I'm serious. I believe this lady right here, when she actually did an interview here online, I believe it, and she's been doing number of interviews, okay? I believe everything she has said now, based off of what the decision that was made yesterday by the judge in regards to Diddy. I believe everything now, and now I really believe Diddy's attorneys, they're all liars. Allegedly. Let me be careful, because I'm not trying to get sued. I'm not trying to get sued. But I believe it. Why? Because in the filing that the judge put out yesterday, okay, in the filing, he discussed everything. Because at one point, and the Narendra says, I told you so, Diddy is guilty. Life of Parker says, you're saying who is she? Hello, OG Brand. Thank you for coming in. OG Brand says, politic, hey, you silly rabbit, hey. Now, Life of Parker, are you asking who is this lady? This lady, I'll play a clip. I'm going to wait a little bit because I only been on here for 8 minutes. So I'm going to give it a little bit of room for YouTube guidelines, okay? But this beautiful lady right here, her name is Precious Mior, okay? And she recently did an interview online. She's a former Playboy bunny, right? And she has done interviews. She said that she was violated by 2 photographers. She almost ended up in an actual sex tape with a famous basketball player. Yes, she's a British hottie. That's what Narendra says. She worked as a model in New York in the early 2000s. How is this all coming together? Because with her, she went to these Diddy parties. She not only went to these Diddy parties, but because she was a Playboy bunny, she went to what? She went to the Playboy Mansion. And she said she saw a lot of things, even to the point she was put under something. Somebody put something in her drink. Okay? So how and why am I speaking of her? Because she said she personally saw things go on at Diddy events. To the point, she mentioned an actual rapper. And she says that she's not going to mention the rapper's name, right? She's not going to mention the rapper's name, but all she said, at a Diddy event at a club, this rapper throwed ice on her. This rapper, okay, tried to ask her to come over to them in the club. And she said, even during that time, Diddy's security guards had approached her and asked her to come over. And she even spoke about Diddy's security guards. Yes. Life of Parker says, oh no, Playboy Cardi and Drake is cooked. See, this is why, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you have all these celebrities being quiet, right? All of them are being quiet. Because I feel at this point, Diddy, listen here, Diddy. Listen here. You better talk. You better talk, Diddy. Because she's not scared to talk. She's not scared to talk. And the lady that you see right here, her name is Precious Mior. And she has said Diddy is not the only one. She said her first time, she's a former Playboy bunny, and she said the reason she never did Playboy of the Month because she was told you have to do something to get in that magazine to be Playboy of the Month. And she said she was not going to do certain things. And even to the point, Hugh Hefner, when she first met Hugh Hefner, he touched her bottom. The first time they meet each other. Okay? I want people to understand that. Right? I want people to understand that. And the reason I'm speaking of this because she spoke about Diddy. She spoke about Diddy. And she was at the Playboy Mansion. Playboy Mansion, how do you think she met Diddy? Right? How do you think she met Diddy? And I'll give you another one. She says she witnessed. This gentleman right here, he's a former adult entertainer. Ron Jeremy. She witnessed him on the sofa with 3 women. Okay? Having a 3-party. I say it that way. Okay? So that's why she said, hey, Joshua. Shout out to Joshua. Thank you for coming in. Life of Parker says, he got me in fear, Brandon. Fear. Is that true? I don't think he's passed away because from when I looked it up, he had been sent to this gentleman. And the person that Douche is talking about, Ron Jeremy, and that's why I wanted to talk about him, right? Douche says Ron Jeremy is passed on. Let me look him up. Because, see, I don't want nobody to put no false claims out there now. I don't want nobody to put any false claims out there now. Hold on, let me look him up. Let me look him up. Let me look him up. Because I don't want no false claims out there. No. Hold on. But moving forward, okay. Precious Mior, she spoke about Ron Jeremy, okay. And I hope that's not true that Ron Jeremy has passed on. I hope that's not true because with him, he was supposed to go to trial because of SA allegations and grape allegations. And good morning, Mrs. Shamrock. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Now, this is how he used to look. This is how he looks now. And because he looks like this, right? Back in September of 2023. Okay. And let me make sure. Thank you so much, Mrs. Shamrock. Thank you so much. Let me pin that. Okay. I'm so glad. Thank you, Mrs. Shamrock. Come to the rescue, please. Help us. Help me, please. Now, this is how Ron Jeremy looks now. And the reason I'm showing him, I really feel if Diddy doesn't say something, and if he doesn't stop telling these quote unquote lies, okay, these quote unquote lies, he's going to end up looking like this or not here. I'm just being honest. Okay? Because at this particular point with Diddy, I'm just kind of upset. I'm really upset. And I believe everything that Precious Mior spoke about in a recent interview. And she talked about how she witnessed this gentleman. This is how he looks now. She spoke about Ron Jeremy. She witnessed Ron Jeremy on the sofa with 3 women, allegedly, at the Playboy Bunny mansion. Okay? And she mentioned how had it not been for Hugh Hefner and Playboy Bunny, she would have not did what? She would have not met who? Diddy. Okay? Now I'm going to stroll down. But the person that I'm talking about is this lady right here. And we're going to actually break down this actual filing that the judge put in for Diddy yesterday, because he fooled us all. He fooled us all. Well, he fooled me. I don't know about you guys, but this judge that I'm talking about, he fooled me. I'm going to show who I'm talking about. This judge fooled me, because I thought for sure Diddy might have gotten out. Call me a fool. Because I guess I thought wrong. I guess I thought wrong. And the attorneys, I want you guys to see these attorneys, man, because the judge was not playing with them in the filing. The judge was not playing with these attorneys. And all 4 of these attorneys, they are the quote-unquote dream team for Diddy. All of them, all 4 of them are representing Diddy. And these 4 were the ones vouching for Diddy. And I'm going to read the comments. Art of War says, Judge didn't fool me. Daddy's crimes are horrible. And Joshua says, double tap the screen. Yes, please double tap that screen. Miss Know-It-All says, why would anyone think Diddy getting out? Why? And he talked about that. I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Because this guy got out. He got out. But he spoke about it. The judge mentioned him because Diddy's attorneys, they mentioned this gentleman. This is the former CEO. His name is Mike Jeffries. And he currently has been indicted for a 16-count indictment that involves 15 men. And each of those 16-count indictments, okay, he's facing minimum of each 15 years to life. And hello, Patriot. We're gonna talk about, look, Patriot, we're gonna talk about, they trying Trump again. We might talk about it next live, though. We'll see. Okay, we'll see how this go. But this is why I thought maybe, because with Mike Jeffries, 16 counts indictment that involves 15 men. Okay, and with these 15 men Mike Jeffries was doing, okay, consisted of trafficking, okay, male prost, okay, I can't say the whole word, but you figure it out. And they said that he was running this trafficking ring for almost 10 years. This is Mike Jeffries we're talking about. Oh, you can't stay long? Oh, Patriot. Okay, look, I know it's Thanksgiving. Look, happy Thanksgiving, Patriot. I know you got to start early. Now, I will say this. The lady that I just showed you, I want people to understand. When it comes down to Precious Muir, I believe everything she says. And it's about, I think it's about that time. It's 21 minutes. I can play her clip because she said, what she said in this interview is exactly what the judge said yesterday in his filing about Diddy. It's exactly, it's not, it's like she broke it down in simple terms. He put it down in legal wording. But this is what she had to say. And I want to make sure. This is how she looks now. Okay? This is how she looks now. This is fair use. And I'm going to play a clip of how she describes Diddy. Okay, when she met Diddy, because she said that she was actually given something in a drink at a Diddy party, right? So I'm gonna play her experience when she said how she experienced Diddy, her perception of Diddy. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. This is Politic Graham. This is fair use. Fair use.
He has a kind side, as it were, because he's talking to you, but you do fear him because you're like, you don't know what his next move is going to be. You don't know what he's going to respond or what he's going to say. And he is very, very dominant. Like, he wants to control the situation. He wants to control his inner circle. He wants to make everyone have a good time and enjoy his parties. And so, you know, it is scary because you think, you know, this person or possibly his social network or the people he's around could make or break your career.
Did you hear that? Could make or break your career. Right? And I think right now, I really feel this. I think that's the situation that Diddy has his attorneys. I really feel that. I really feel that. Because, and the reason I'm saying this is because based off of when I read the filing, and I want you guys, I want you guys' opinion before I do it. Do you guys want me? I want to ask you guys, okay, in the room. Okay? Patriot says, come on, over 300 people here. You haven't left a like. Please leave one now. Yes, please leave a like. Now, you can put a 1 if you want me to actually, we can go over the full filing, okay? The full filing of this. And what you're looking at, this is the actual filing of what Judge Arun, he actually, and I'm going to see if I can make it a little bit. Let me see if I can make it for you guys to see. This is the actual filing from yesterday. And as you can see, what it says as far as his decision, what it says. Now, my question is, do you want me to read? We can go over this break for break. Yes, hit 1. No for 2. Okay? Yes for 1, no for 2. If no for 2, I can give a summary. So put a 1 or put a 2. Let me know. Okay, we see a 2. Put a 1 or put a 2. Brandon say 2, meaning make a summary. Patriot says 1. Patriot says okay. Narendra says 1. Brandon says 2. Okay, hello you guys. This is the actual filing of the judge, Arun, breaking down everything to a T. OG says 2. Summary, please. Art of War says 1. Belinda says 2. Phoenix says 1. Phoenix says 1. Art of War says 1. Okay. Can I get $2? I'm just playing. I'm playing. $5 I'm playing. But I will say this. Okay, Belinda says 2. Belinda, okay, we have very few twos in here. Okay, we have very few twos. Whoever wants me to summarize this, you can support the channel right now and provide a super sticker. Okay, even it's $2, $5, because majority of the people in this room are saying they want me to read this file. Majority of the people want me to read and break this filing down. Okay. Mad Mans, I am very excited. Yes, it is 6:30 a.m. It is a great day. This is Thanksgiving Day, and I feel happy. So that's why I'm very passionate at what I do. And because of the room has made the decision, we are going to break this filing down. We're going to break it down. Now, with this filing, I feel like a fool. I feel like a fool. I really do. And I really believe Diddy is going to end up worse. He's going to end up worse. It's 6:30 there too. Wow. Where are you guys? 6:30? Where I am, it's 8:33 a.m. You guys must be in the West Coast. But this made me feel like a fool. And we're going to break it down, okay? We're going to break it down. Now it says defendant. Oh, Arizona. Shout out to Arizona. Madman says breakdown. How many dudes did Diddy? Oh my goodness. Mad. Now see, look at you, Mad. Look at you, Mad. I'm glad I read it before I said it out loud. Casey says 5:30 California, West Coast. Hey, West Coast. hey, Colorado. Hey, California. Shout out to the West Coast. Hey. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey. Shout out to India. Hey. Shout out to East Coast. Hey. Mad says, I'm a weed farmer in Tucson, Arizona. Okay. Hey, make the money. Do it the legal way. Legal. Roger says 7:34. Hey, 7:34 a.m. Micah says Texas. Hey. Patriot says I was born in Tucson. Oh, wow. Roger says Alabama. Good morning, Alabama. Shout out to Alabama. Shout out to Alabama. And happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, happy Thanksgiving, right? And I want you guys to just really think about, you know, we have something that a billionaire does not have right now. We have freedom. We have freedom because Diddy, according to this filing, he has been denied. Okay? And in this filing, we're going to break it down. I am very disappointed in his attorneys. I really am. I'm disappointed in Diddy. Diddy is playing everybody. He really is. And based off the lady that I just showed you, Precious Mior, he is playing everybody. He's playing everybody. Wow says, I was born in Whiteston. Hold on. Whitestown. Hey. Yes, Michael says, happy Thanksgiving to all. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Now, I will actually, show a little bit because this particular lady right here, I believe everything she says. This gentleman right here, I believe everything he says, even though he looks like he has lost everything. Okay. And anybody who knows this man is Jonathan Oddie. Okay. He was the one that actually damaged Donald Trump's property back in 2018. But when they interviewed him, he told something. He stated that he worked for Diddy as basically the guy that Diddy hired to sleep with Cassie. Yes, sleep with Cassie. Okay. So I believe it now, because at this point, based off of this filing that happened, I'm going to show it to you guys. It is just wow. Yes, no hate here this morning. Yes, please respect the live. Please respect the chat, please. And we're going to break it down a little bit, because this filing is not that long. I know you guys, got to cook your turkey. You got to cook your turkey. Okay, I understand. I need some turkey too. Okay, let's get started. We're going to read. Defendant Sean Combs renewed his motion for bail on November the 8th, 2024. The court held a hearing on November 22nd, 2024, and the parties filed supplemental letters. Basically, okay, Friday, they had a hearing, right? They had a hearing in regards to requesting for Diddy to get out. And Monday, both sides, the prosecutors as well as the defense, they were supposed to provide letters to the judge, right? And also on Monday, yes, you can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. Also on Monday, that's why I feel like the judge, he already knew what he was going to do. He already knew what he was going to do. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest right now, because Monday, not only were they supposed to provide letters as far as making a decision, okay, as far as the security goes, right? They went to the point where they went to the actual apartment in Upper Side in New York, where Diddy was supposed to be going if he had received bail. And they had security. They had a security officer look at everything to see where to install security cameras. This is all what they did on Monday, right? So they could actually provide this to the judge and say, okay, if you bail Diddy out, then this is how he will be, monitored. This is how he would be monitored. This is where he will stay. This is where he will not go nowhere outside of this Upper East Side apartment in New York. Undisclosed apartment, okay? Now, this is what they were supposed to do. This is what they did on Monday, right? And he says this. They supposed to send letters November the 5th, Monday, and November the 26th, Tuesday. And he said this: for the following reasons, Combs' motion is what? Denied. Why? Let's break it down. No conditions or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Okay. Even after they done wasted all this money, they have provided letters. They have provided signed notation, okay, from a security officer. They did all of this, and the judge says no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. Let's break it down. And thank you guys for coming in OG Brand says if they do bail, he gonna walk out with mohawk and some mini shorts. Not the mini shorts. Oh, OG. Oh no. No. Moving forward. The court has evaluated each of the factors that it must consider under nature and circumstances of the offense charged, weight of the evidence against the person, history and characteristics of the person, nature and seriousness of the danger. Let me make sure I put it up for you guys to see what I'm reading. Nature and seriousness of the danger that would be posed by the person's release. I want you guys to think about all what's been going on, right? And see right here with this filing, he's breaking it down. He's telling you why Diddy has gotten denied. He says the nature and the circumstances of the offense charge, right? He says the weight of the evidence against the person, against Diddy. Then he says the history and characteristics of the person. He's basically saying the background, right? We know the background. I just showed you this lady right here. I just showed you this lady right here. She actually said she went to a Diddy party and she was given something. I just showed you this lady. She said she was given something. That's giving you a hint right there. She said she went to a Diddy party. She was put under something. Something was in her drink. And she also said she witnessed things. And this came out of her mouth. She said Diddy's security guards, they were facilitators. Diddy used his security guards to bring in the girls, to bring in the women. Okay? So that's part of the history and characteristic of Diddy. The next thing, the fourth thing, the judge says the reason he denied it is also because the nature and seriousness of the danger that would be posed by the person's release. Right? So he said he don't trust Diddy. He don't trust Diddy, not for one bit. And thank you guys. Please hit that like button. Cole says, what is your point? We're breaking it down why Diddy was given a denial once again. He also says the court has also reviewed the information submitted by Combs himself, his team, as well as the government across all 3 bail hearings. So he's looked at everything. He just didn't look at what was going on now. He looked at everything. Corey says there's a ton of evidence. He threatens witnesses. He's doing it from jail. What makes people think he won't when he gets out? Watch this, Corey. I'm going to tell you what else they mentioned in this filing. I'll break it down because, Corey, you're not lying. You're not telling a lie. Jonathan says, keep him in prison for the rest of his life. He is a prison punk. Whoa. I think OG Brand said something similar. OG Brand said if he gets out, he's going to wear a mohawk and some shorts. He's going to walk out. Now let's continue. The judge says the court finds that the government has shown by clear, this is what he says to prosecutors. he says the court finds that the government, the prosecutors, has shown by clear and convincing evidence that no condition or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. So basically, he's saying he is standing by the feds. He agrees with the feds. He agrees with what Corey just said in this chat. He agrees with what Corey said in this chat. He agrees with Jonathan. Okay? He agrees. Cole says, may have missed you answer this, but what is your position on this? Are we just sharing evidence? Cole, now my position, I'm going off the evidence, okay? Because, Cole, I'm not going to lie, I feel like a fool. I'm not going to lie, I feel like a fool. Because the judge, I thought the judge was going to give him some leeway. I thought, but the judge say, when I read this filing, oh no, the judge say, no. The judge say he agrees with Corey. He agrees with Jonathan. Mr. Shamrock says, Orion, dealer is what people are calling pity. Oh, no, not pity. Jonathan says, no way with all the evidence on him. Exactly. And you know what makes it so bad? If Diddy doesn't get himself together since he's locked up, somebody else is going to get locked up too. Somebody else is about to get locked up too. And I'm gonna continue to read, but somebody else, some more people are gonna get locked up if Diddy doesn't get his act together and just shut up. Be quiet. Be quiet. Act like you are innocent. Okay? At least act like it. Now we're gonna move forward. The court. Let me go down. Now, number 1, a rebuttal presumption of detention applies to this case. What does he mean when he says a rebuttal presumption? What does he mean? What does he mean when he say that? I'm going to break it down. What does he mean? Rebuttal presumption, an assumption of fact. An assumption, a legal principle that presumes something to be true. Okay? So without a doubt, for a fact. So he says, basically, the evidence is there. That's the reason. He says that's the evidence. He says clear evidence is a given fact on why I said what I said. This is denied. That's what he meant when he said a rebuttal presumption. Diddy is denied. For why? Because without the shadow of a doubt of this evidence, true evidence. Now let's break it down. Next page. He says the indictment charges Combs with serious and violent crimes. It alleges for decades, Combs threatened, abused, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on employees, resources, and influenced the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise. Now, with that little piece, I don't know if you guys, I'll talk about it because there was somebody else that was arrested. Remember when they raided his homes, right? They raided his homes. And where was Diddy? Diddy was at the airport, right? Diddy was at the airport. And they arrested a gentleman that was supposed to be his assistant. but they called him the mule. Okay, and I mentioned that because right here it states, and I quote, he stated, to do so, Combs relied on employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire. So he relied on everybody. He relied on his people. And even right now, he's relying on his attorneys to lie for him. That's what the judge said. That's what the judge said in his filing. Let's break it down. Mr. Shamrock says that's the RICO charge. Also, it says, I'm trying to be careful with my words. He attempted to engage in and among other crimes, such as trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, bribery. It says that Combs himself carried weapons to intimidate and threaten, including victims of and witnesses, and notes that during searches of Combs' residences, March of 2024. Now we're talking about the homes in Miami, the home in Miami and the home in Los Angeles. He says during searches of Combs' residences in March of 2024, law enforcement seized, okay, what did he see? What did they seize? They seized machinery that include 3 ARs with numbers that had been scratched off. When Combs' authority or reputation was threatened, the indictment alleges he and his members of his enterprise engaged in acts, and threats of financial and reputational harm and verbal abuse. These acts of violence included kidnapping. So on that level, the indictment also charges Combs with trafficking in violation. Right? But wait, let's scroll down. It says the government has presented direct evidence. The prosecutors, here he goes. The prosecutors has presented direct evidence of Combs' violence. This includes, oh boy, here we go. You guys know what video he's talking about. He's talking about that video. He says, and I quote, I'm going to show it. I have to show the video. He's talking about this video. I got to show it, you guys. I got to show it. He's talking about what video? I got to show it. He says, let me go back. The government has presented direct evidence of Combs' violence. This includes video footage from 2016. Who is he talking about? He's talking about Cassie. He's talking about Cassie. And then he says, there is clearly violence even in the version of the footage submitted by Combs. Because remember, Diddy's team tried to say that this video was edited by the prosecutors. Diddy's so-called attorneys tried to say this video had been edited. tried to say this video had been edited by the feds to make Diddy look worse. That's Diddy's argument. Tried to make it seem that this 2016 video was allegedly edited by the feds. Now let's continue. So the judge says, okay, and text messages. Now he's in trouble. Now Diddy's in trouble. Because he says after this incident that Diddy had with the victim, okay, victim one, he didn't identify Cassie by her name. He didn't identify her by her name. He just identified her as victim one. He says hours. He says text messages between Combs and victim one, the hours and days following 2016 at the Intercontinental Hotel incident. Now we know what this hotel was. Victim one texts Combs and said, I have a black eye and a fat lip. You are sick for thinking it's okay to do what you've done. Right? And he's blacked out. They blacked out some things. I guess this was somebody's personal information. The judge says, nevertheless, Combs argues that the weight of the evidence does not support a charge of trafficking. Now, see, Diddy's trying to make it seem like, oh, this is false. Oh, this is not true. There's no such thing that's been going on. And the judge says, in his view, this is Diddy's side, Diddy's team. In Diddy's view, it supports at best, they're saying at best, okay, his relationship with Cassie, victim one, was just toxic and sometimes violent. Long-term relationship. That's how they identified this, right? But regardless of whether that's true, there's compelling evidence of Combs, okay, he's still doing what? Being violent. Next thing. There is evidence supporting a serious risk of witness tampering. Here we go. There's evidence supporting a serious risk of witness tampering. Now, here we go. Because remember, watch this. Remember when I said Diddy was reaching out to witnesses while he's been locked up? Right? This is November. He hasn't even been locked up that long. He was still talking to witnesses. Let's break it down. Let's break it down what he says. For example, Combs initiated and had unexplained communications with witness one. I wonder what witness this was. All right, Patriot, you be safe. Patriot says, I gotta start turkey. And happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Patriot. Now, I will say this. I'm going to continue. Combs initiated and had unplanned communications with witness one who was subpoenaed to testify before the grand jury in June of 2024. And in fact, testified on July the 25th of 2024. I wonder who that was. Yes, hello, Cameron. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, hit those likes. Patriot says leave some likes. Yes. Also, Combs was represented by counsel during this time, and they have offered an explanation for some of these communications. So they're still trying to make excuses. They're still trying to make excuses. Hey, Tracy. Happy Thanksgiving, Tracy. Thanks for coming in. Now, we're going to continue with the Diddy now. Okay. Combs was represented by counsel during this time, and they have offered an explanation for some of these communications. But they could not explain them all. For instance, Combs' efforts to call and text witness 1 even after his grand jury testimony, Combs deleted his text with the witness. The phone records confirm that the defendant, using a particular phone number and witness 1, exchanged multiple text messages from June 2024 to August of 2024. Yes. This is just, I don't know. Now, also, I'm going to continue. So right here it's saying Diddy has been exchanging text messages since he's been locked up. And he has been locked up where? I'm trying to understand how and why he's been able to do all of this. He's been able to do all of this. And he's been at the Metropolitan Detention Center and just acting up, showing out. This is where he's been. This is where he's still at. So I'm trying to understand why he's been able to do all of this. Cameron says, yeah, I heard Jamie turned him into the FBI. Whoa, Jamie Foxx? Shamrock says, so even after court last week, he used that app again? Mr. Shamrock, you know what? I am very upset. I'm very upset. And Fair Lady, thank you for coming in. I'm very passionate. I'm just so upset with Diddy. This is just ridiculous. I've never heard the things that this judge has said in his filing is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right? He says there was no such messages recovered from Diddy's end. Why? Because Diddy had deleted his text messages, but the witness didn't delete theirs. Furthermore, Combs' interactions with witness 1 are dirty, are directly in conflict with defense counsel's representations to Judge Carter. Who is Judge Carter? Judge Carter was one of the judges when they made the first appeal, the first request to bail out, September the 18th. So Diddy was talking to a witness. Around this time. Mind you, I want you guys to understand, Diddy got arrested September the 16th. So he thinking he has so much power, so much arrogance. He is still trying to reach out to people while he is going through this. He is locked up. And I'm going to finish. According to Diddy's team, the defense counsel, they said that Combs did not reach out to grand jury witnesses. That's what was said September the 18th. This is why I said Diddy's team, they're lying. They're a bunch of liars. They're lying. And the team that I'm talking about, and the team that this judge is called a liar, because I dare them to come for me, because the filing says it. So if you're going to sue somebody, sue the judge. Sue the judge. Because according to what this judge said, the judge said that his team, they're a bunch of liars. They are all a bunch of liars. Okay? Bunch of liars at this point. And I want you guys to understand when it comes down to, we're going to break it down. We're going to keep going. When it comes down to everything that's been going on, this does not make any sense. It doesn't. But I'm going to continue. He says, there is evidence that Combs violated Bureau of Prisons regulations during his pre-trial detention to hide his communications with third parties. He paid other inmates to use their phone access code. Now, see, now he's saying that he agrees. He agrees with the feds, the federal prosecutors. He agrees with them. When he says, Diddy paid other inmates to use their phone access code numbers to make calls to those not on his approved contact list. He also instructed, wait a minute, here we go. Here we go. He's going to bring up his children. He also instructed family members. So are we talking about his mother too? Or are we just talking about his brothers? I mean, his sons. Who are we talking about? Because he said, and I want to make sure we're on the same page now. He said, and I quote, he mentioned his family. Is he talking about the sons, just the sons? Or is he talking about the whole family? Is he talking about everybody? Who is he talking about? Now, breaking it down even more. Diddy instructed family members and his defense counsel to add other people to three-way calls. So now he's saying they're all liars. He's saying even his defense team, the attorneys, these four attorneys right here, he's saying that Diddy even got them to add other people to three-way calls so that their communication were more difficult to trace, and use messaging program called Contact Me ASAP. Mrs. Shamrock says, there are records provided to prove all this to the judge. Yes, he isn't just believing, he is looking at direct evidence. Words have meaning. Cameron says he should be 6 feet under. Whoa, Cameron, whoa, pause. The Richard says, Diddy planned the emotional family card. Yes. Mr. Shamrock says, Narendra, emotional families mean less than zero to federal judges. They don't care. They don't care. And then he found out. He found out yesterday. He found out on Thanksgiving Eve. Let's continue. We almost done, you guys. Not that long. We're almost done. He says, Diddy instructed family members and defense counsel to add other people to three-way calls so that their communications were more difficult to trace, and used messaging program called Contact Me ASAP. The government gives examples of Combs' communications, utilizing this means from as recently as November the 4th. You heard what I just said? Diddy been doing stuff even this month, ladies and gentlemen. He's been doing this all the way November the 4th. Come on now. As recent as November the 4th. Directed to efforts to influence the jury pool. He directed the efforts to influence the jury pool. Now, November the 4th, whose birthday is that? Why did he mention November the 4th? November the 4th, now he's talking about this. He's talking about this. Remember when they posted online the kids wishing Diddy a happy birthday? I'm going to play it.
Keep going. Happy birthday to Daddy.
Keep going.
Go.
Happy birthday to Daddy.
Yay! We love you too.
Love you,
I can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see y'all. And I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, especially the girls. I mean, all of y'all, but just for being strong. Thank y'all for being strong, and thank y'all for being by my side and supporting me. I love y'all. I got the best family in the world. My birthday, I'm happy. Thanks to y'all giving me this call. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
Love you more.
Now, that was November the 4th. That is what this judge is speaking about. That is what this judge is speaking about in this filing from yesterday. He says the government gives examples of Combs' communications utilizing these means from as recently as November the 4th, directed to efforts to influence the jury pool or to reach out to potential witnesses. The court makes no determination that the content of Combs' communication through these channels was improper. However, his willingness to skirt rules in a way that would make it more difficult for his communications to be monitored is strong evidence that the court cannot be reasonably assured as to sufficiency of any conditions of release, especially given that they occurred when Combs was seeking bail. So basically he's saying Diddy's been talking to people. He's acting like he's out. He's been talking to people on multiple cell phones, three-way, doing all of this, all while he was trying to what? Seeking bail. And when he knew the government's concerns about witnesses tampering and obstruction were front and center. I want you guys to understand all what's been going on right here. Cameron, you be safe and happy Thanksgiving, Cameron. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Cameron, you trying to flirt with Mrs. Shamrock, I'm telling. You be safe, Cameron. Thank you so much. And I hope you subscribe and like. Now, moving forward, let's continue. He says, underscoring the court's concern, despite defense counsel's assurances to the court at the November 22nd hearing, Combs stopped using Contact Me ASAP as of November the 16th. Now remember, he's just been still doing this. The government indicates that Combs has continued to use this service as recently as November the 24th. Now let's talk about it. So his counsel, his defense team, they tried to argue, his dream team, they tried to argue that Diddy had stopped using Okay, he stopped using Contact Me ASAP November the 16th, but come to find out, Diddy has used it as recently as Sunday. This past Sunday, November the 24th. The court further notes that it held an emergency hearing on November the 19th to address the government's usage of notes on legal pads recovered from Diddy's bunk during a sweep at the Metropolitan Detention Center. Now, I want you guys to understand, yes, Mrs. Shamrock, November the 24th. Yes. November the 24th. And this is why Diddy has been denied, because even while Diddy has been trying to request to get out, he still has not been following order. He still has not been following simple rules since he's been locked out. So the judge was like, why would I give you bail? Why would I give you bail if you are reaching out to witnesses while you're locked up, for one, and you're still talking and using different cell phones and apps. You're still doing all of this as recent as November the 24th. Now let's talk about the legal pads. Let's talk about the legal pads. Because Diddy's attorneys, they tried to argue that when Diddy's cell was swept, everything was quote unquote supposed to be saying what? It was supposed to be saying, I'm going to read it. November the 18th, to address the government's usage of notes on legal pads recovered from Combs' bunk during a sweep of the Metropolitan Detention Center. At the hearing, defense counsel advised all these legal pads say legal. That is what his counsel said. That's what his defense team said. They tried to say on November the 18th, what the pads, everything was marked legal. And they said, yes, yes, yes. They were marked legal. However, after the hearing, the court inquired why, in the light of counsel's representation, that the notes at issue were on legal pads that were clearly marked as legal. Photographs taken during the sweep show no such labels. So the pictures, they took pictures. Remember, they had this emergency hearing, and they were saying that this Diddy's amendment rights were taken away, right? So the judge, he's sitting back and saying, well, you guys November the 19th said that the pad said all these legal pads, that's what was written on it, legal, legal, legal. But then when November, right, let's move forward, comes up, it's showing November 22nd, it's showing the pictures that was taken. There was no such thing. The Richard says we should do a poll. Whom do you hate more? Oh my goodness. Mr. Shamrock says that is classic evidence tampering. They would charge him with this as well. Are you serious, Mr. Shamrock? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. So you think, okay, let me ask you this. So you think this is extra charges, like they're going to use this against him in May? Wow. Woo. Let's continue. He also states, like I stated, at the November 22nd, 2004 hearing, defense counsel admitted that it has to be the case that as of today, as of the day of the search, legal wasn't written on every legal pad. So he just said it wasn't written. You lied. You guys lied. And I'm going to take a break. This is the last page. I'm going to go back to, going to get my little stuff together. when it comes down to these particular attorneys that we're talking about, right? This is supposed to be the dream team, but they have been caught in a lie. And Mr. Shamrock says, yep, those legal paths were tampered with. Yes, ma'am. In the superseding indictment, it will be included. Reggie says lying. Were they under oath? That amounts to perjury. Whew. I will say this. I will say this. At this particular time, I think that Diddy needs to try to find a way. I don't know if they can do a, because he's still standing on he's not guilty. But he continues to appear guilty with his actions. It's just it's continuing over and over to appear as if he's guilty. Now, I wonder will they use this person? And I wanted to show this guy. I wonder will they use this person? I wonder will they use this person?
Thank you so much.
This is DeWitt Gilmer. I wonder will they use him, because he said, okay, Diddy actually, attacked him. I wonder will they use him. I'll tell you another one. I wonder will they use, because he has not received a trial date since his incident in 2018. Now with her, this lady right here, she has already put allegations out there, right? She has already done interviews. Now it's a possibility they could use her. Mr. Shamrock says, I don't think for well-known celebrity attorneys would lie to a judge. They would be disbarred so fast. Hey, Green Vegan, thank you for coming in. The Green Vegan says, who hasn't Diddy touched? Oh, my goodness. Now, who hasn't he touched? Now, Vegan, thank you for coming in. I'm almost finished reading. I was reading the actual quote-unquote filing where Diddy was denied. Yes, Diddy has been denied bail once again. Once again. And the lady that you're looking at right here, her name is Precious Muir. I wonder if she is going to be one of the witnesses. I wonder, because she said that she had received something in her drink at a Diddy party. So we have to look at all this and take this into perspective. That Green Vegan says Diddy is dangerous. Yes. Yes. Very dangerous. Very. And this is a gentleman. I want to make sure I show this gentleman. He said that Diddy was not going to get no bond. And he was a person at the same detention center in New York, Metropolitan Detention Center. This gentleman right here. This gentleman right here. Okay. And he predicted this was going to happen. I'm going to play a clip of what he said recently.
Use special meals. They do. Yeah, Thanksgiving they
Is it
actually
any
give you a
good?
decent meal. Yeah, actually, it's not that bad for jail. It's not that bad. Yeah. But
Like
I do
what?
want to
What's
say
that?
one. They'll give you turkey. They'll give you like cranberries. They'll give you a regular meal.
All right, 10 seconds left. You wanted to add something. What is it?
They'll never give him bail. Never happening.
Yeah, kind of have. I kind of get that idea as well.
If he does get bail,
listen.
yeah.
Yep. And the hubbub over the rape.
Now, I played that particular clip. Because at this particular time, it's looking like I stated, and fair use. Like I stated, it's looking like with Diddy, he's not getting out. He's never getting out at this point. He is never getting out. And I say that respectfully. Because based off of this filing, Diddy has been continuing doing what he wants to do and not respecting the rules. Sandra says he shouldn't get out. He's Epstein 2.0. Whoa. Dad Green Vegan says he gets cranberries but not bail. Oh my goodness. Now, I want people to understand at this particular time, we have to understand why is everything going the way it's going for Diddy, right? It seems as if now at this point, he's burnt a lot of bridges. Shock says, well, let's see what kind of time they give him. And it's good that you say that because according to the time that he's supposed to be receiving, he's looking at a minimum of 15 years, minimum. And I want people to understand when it comes down, Sandra says he is mad off some high. Yes, because why would you do all of this? Why? Mrs. Shamrock says there are minimum sentences. Yes. Shock says that's not enough. Look, notice I said minimum, and Mrs. Shamrock, she said it as well. Minimum sentences with an S. Because with Diddy, I want people to understand the person that we're talking about. I want to make sure I show it. The person that we're talking about, he has done so many people wrong over the years. And everything is coming back on the back end at him. Everything. How he has treated people. How he has treated so many people. And according to the filing, one of his sons is linked to a quote-unquote what email. And I guess that was something they blacked out. So Diddy has not only burnt a lot of bridges, but he's actually teaching, supposedly, according to the federal prosecutors, he's teaching his family how to do how he has been doing for decades. Right? He's teaching them things, okay, that he's been doing for decades. Because according to the court filing, right, Diddy has been having he's been paying people off in jail. He's been paying people off at the detention center, right? And we have to understand, and the reason I'm bringing all of this up, ladies and gentlemen, because I want people to understand you can't keep doing wrong and getting away with it. You can't treat people wrong and think that you are above and beyond. Because even with this lady right here, she said she was affected by Diddy, and she's a former Playboy bunny. Right? So, to be honest with the federal prosecutors, they can take this any way they want to at this point. Sandra says it's snowing. Where is it snowing, Sandra? Sandra says, wonder if rumors of tunnels is true. Sandra, at this point, based off the things that I have been looking up, if you guys follow my page, I hope you subscribe, you would see I've been talking about this for weeks. If you guys can actually see the things that has been done when it comes down to these civil lawsuits, when it comes down to these multiple new lawsuits, civil lawsuits, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. And I wanted to mention this in regards to a home that he has up for sale. I don't know. And hello, Joy. Hello, Joy. Thanks for coming in. You say, oh, you live in Ohio? I didn't know you was from Ohio, Joy. Joy says snowing in Ohio. Wow. Mrs. Shamrock says, I'm jealous. Yes, I'm jealous too. I want some snow. Yes, snow on Thanksgiving. Yes, I want some snow. We don't have no snow here in Georgia. I want some snow. Right? Now, I will say this. I don't want to make fun of people, but you know, like, this is just really sad. That's why I say we should be thankful that we're, able to, spend the time and, just relax today and be free. Because Diddy is in the position where he is away from his family. Art of War says, big Ohio State in the house. What? Art of War? I did not know. Wait a minute. Art of War, you enjoy, both of you guys from Ohio? Are both of you guys from Ohio? Mrs. Shamrock, I forgot. Where are you from, Mrs. Shamrock? Where are you from, Mrs. Shamrock? Sandra says, I can't relax. I have to entertain today. What? Oh, that's right. Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, The Herbal Goddess says, peace, politic, and check. Hello. Yes, big game Saturday. Okay, you guys are Ohio State. Go Bucks. I see we got a lot of Ohio in here. Okay. Look, I'm not gonna say nothing. Look, I'm from Georgia, so I'm not gonna say nothing. But like I said, we don't have any snow in Georgia. I wish we had some snow like you guys have in Ohio. I wish we had some snow. And Mrs. Shamrock, yeah, you don't have no snow either because you in Memphis. Yeah, me and Mrs. Shamrock, we don't have no snow. Mrs. Shamrock says, did you see Trump? Did you see that Trump wants to increase the penalty? Yes. And now I would say this. I would say what I also saw in regards to Trump. I wasn't going to talk about it today, but if you want to talk about it, look. In regards to Trump, what I also found out, what Trump has been going through. And I feel very bad for anybody that has been nominated by Donald Trump. Why? Because if you guys heard it in the news, I don't know if you guys heard it in the news, a lot of people that Donald Trump has nominated, they have been receiving you know what. Okay? They have been bullied. People have been calling the police trying to tell lies. Okay? Hello, Ruck. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to Ruck. Ruck says, old A fam, all passed away. All passed away. No snow in Vegas. Y'all be great with your family. Yes, and happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Ruck. Sandra says, the Baron song is sweet. Mrs. Shamrock says, and it may be human trafficking as well. Woo. Sandra says, true. Chuck says, Texas is cold, but no snow. Yeah, it's not no snow here in Georgia. It's not no snow here. Lauren says, this whole thing got to be twisted up in my head. Wow. Sandra says karma is coming. And I'm glad that you say that, Sandra, because I'm trying to figure out what is going on with Donald Trump, because it seems like people are very upset. I really feel people are still upset that he won the election, and they're taking their actions and their anger out on people that Donald Trump has nominated, right? Case in point, I don't know why Matt Gaetz, people are still bothering him after he has resigned, because according to him, okay, it says in Florida, okay, on Facebook, they received notification that a threat referencing Matt Gaetz' supposed mailbox at his home. Okay, they're threatening. They are threatening these. They are threatening these Republicans. I'm just gonna be honest. They are threatening these Republicans. I mean, at this point. And it seems as if people don't know how to move forward. It seems like they don't know how to move forward. And Shaka says police or Diddy. And at this point, the way it's going on here in America, the way the world is going on now, I'll say it this way, the way the world is going on, we have to just be very, very careful with how we move and what we do. I'll say it that way. Because look at what's been going on with Diddy. And also look at what is currently going on with Donald Trump. Right? Mr. Shamrock says they will get caught. Trump has all their time for them. And see, I hope so. Oh, sorry, typo. Typo, Toby. That was a typo. You know that was a typo, Toby. Thank you for coming in. Robert says, black people ain't mad, only the white people. Oh, no. That's not funny. That's not funny, Robert. That's not funny, Robert. That's not funny. Now, I will say this. I think everybody's upset, right? Mr. Shamrock, we can't say that, though. I think everybody's upset. I think everybody is upset at this point, right? Because, I mean, you guys have seen the video of Kamala Harris. People have been trying to say she did a video that she appeared that she was under something allegedly, okay? She done got so upset she doesn't even look the same herself, right? She's still upset herself. Okay, with how frustrated. That's the word, not upset, frustrated. I'll say that, frustrated. Why? Because look at what all has been going on. Right? Robert, we can't say it, though. We can't say it. Okay? You can say it. I can't say it. Now, I want people to understand when it comes down to Donald Trump had another you-know-what. Okay? He had another you-know-what. Recently, November the 13th, a man named Manuel Torres threatened Donald Trump while holding what appeared to be a you-know-what. This is recently. And I'm reading, what are you guys talking about? Kendall says, I truly believe that it's his own Make America Great goons and trying to make it seem like it's the Democrats. Watch that will be the Republicans' actions. Blame it on the Democrats. Robert says, that ain't no news. Doc says, Donald Trump don't know anything about governmental affairs. I have nothing to say. Mrs. Shamrock says, Kendall, stop it. Ms. Shamrock says, Doc, you would be wrong. Now, I mentioned this to say, when it comes down to these episodes, I'll say it that way, these episodes, this is why I tell people you have to be careful how you say things and what you say to people, because, mental health is real, because this makes no sense. This is ridiculous, right? This is ridiculous. These people have lives, right? And even with this lady, Donald Trump just nominated her to be the ambassador, United Nations ambassador. And she received some messages. I'll say it that way. She says, her office says, Wednesday morning, her husband, and her 3-year-old son were driving home from Washington, D.C. for Thanksgiving when they were informed of a threat. That's why I say people have to understand, when it comes down, you have to be careful, because you don't know what somebody's going through. And I think with Donald Trump, the way he's moving, I don't know. My prayers goes out to, the people that Donald Trump is nominating, because people are very upset. People are very furious. And good morning, Melinda. Thank you for coming in. Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. Toby says, bro, you can just speak to a Democrat and know they are, whoa. That's one step removed from violence. It's much easier to hurt someone if you don't like them, which is not about not liking each other. I'm trying to be careful with my words. Kendall says, look at the Donna's diversified cabinet. Another black man heading up hood. Oh no, Kendall. You know what though? I will say this. When it comes down to Turner, the one that Donald Trump nominated for hood, this isn't his first time working under Donald Trump's administration. And yes, you are absolutely right. From what I have looked up, he is the only one that is quote unquote black in that entire cabinet. Joy says the swatting calls have come from overseas. Joy, I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree with that, because it just seems kind of odd. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems so odd. How is it Donald Trump becomes president, right? And then January hasn't even came. January, you say, who got swatted? Mr. Shamrock, you don't know? Okay, Mr. Shamrock. These people have been swatted. Okay? Swatted. This lady. Swatting means people making those fake calls to law enforcement saying something is going to happen. Okay? Something is going to happen and it doesn't happen. And then they cause the law enforcement and people to come to whoever house that they allegedly say something was going to happen. That's what you call swatting. So swatting, basically, they're stating that a number of Donald Trump's nominations, the people that he picked, they have been swatted. Okay? They have been swatted. They have been harassed, bullied. That is what has gone on as of recently. Xander says, y'all think a person going to save us? Look, Xander, I'm going to be honest. Okay? I want everybody listening when I say this. I saved myself. I choose who I let in. I saved myself. Mr. Shamrock says, wow, didn't know that detail. You did? That's what I was saying. Mr. Shamrock, I was planning on doing this. I was planning on doing the live. I thought we was going to do a Diddy today and then do the politics tomorrow. Joy says, yes, Save yourself, right? Yes. Because, I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to say this, right? I truly have respect for people. I really do. Because one thing I would say, I would say this. If it's not about politics, if it's not about the entertainment, a little bit of entertainment, but mostly politics, I will never degrade someone on this platform. Never. When I say degrade, I mean who's in this chat, who I've spoken to in the YouTube or whatever, who I know personally. I will never tag or do anything because I have respect for people. I have respect. And just like I said, sometimes you have to save yourself. Because look what's going on. Look what's going on with Donald Trump's nominees, or the people that he's nominated. They are getting swatted. And Mrs. Shamrock, that's what I was saying, what happened to Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz has already resigned, already withdrew his position that Donald Trump nominated him for to be Attorney General, and he received a SWAT. And it's so wild because in his case, they went to a family member's house. That's the crazy part. Kendall says, we'll be okay because we as a race know how to survive. Doing this for way too long can't keep us down. Exactly. Joy says, be responsible for yourself. Yes, be responsible. Let me pin that. Be responsible for yourself. And I will say this. Because for me personally, this is why I stand behind the camera, right? This is why I'm behind the camera. This is why I don't show my face, because you see what happens to people like this? This man has already dropped out. He's resigned from House of Representatives. He's withdrawn his position to be Attorney General, and they are still bothering him. And then it gets worse. They're bothering his family. Why? This is why. So for anybody that wants moving forward, I'm going to be honest, okay? I'm going to be honest moving forward because of things that has happened to me recently. Moving forward, please do not ask for certain things. When I say certain things, because when I see stuff like this going on in the news, it's not about quote unquote being fearful. It's about being responsible for myself. What Joy said, be responsible for yourself. Because anytime that you depend on the flesh or you depend on others, they will always let you down. And that is what the Bible says. Depend on yourself. Be responsible for your actions. Right? And that is why my prayers goes out to all these people that are being nominated by Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump at this point, I don't know how many lives he has. I don't know how many lives he has. And I hope everything that he's done, I hope it's worth it. Because these people, they're taking it to the extreme. They're taking it to the extreme. Kendall says, but try not to forget those who can't help themselves. Please reach out at times to help the helpless. Kendall, I completely agree. I agree with that. Mrs. Shamrock says, AMT, she is passionate. Yes, I'm very passionate. Amber says, he's already dropped out. If you look into it for 5 seconds, listen here. Ooh, you know what? Amber. Hey, hello, Amber. Happy Thanksgiving. Hello, Amber. Hello. How you doing? Hi. Hi. Here you go, Amber. Here you go, Amber. I already looked it up. Here you go. Hi. Hi. I already looked it up, Amber. And guess what? Guess what? Newsflash. They're trying to investigate this lady to pray that she has not been swatted as well. I've done my research. Amber. I'm speaking about what the FBI has said. I'm speaking about what Trump's team has said. I'm speaking about what the authorities have said. So hi, Amber. I already looked it up. Hi. Happy Thanksgiving. Hi. And hello. I already looked it up. And it's not being messy. People need to wake up. Because in the news, they said, and that's one thing I'm really trying to figure out, why are they coming for the individuals that are in Florida? Why? They mentioned Matt Gaetz. Oh, we're going to break it down for people like Amber. Hi. Hi, Amber. Hi. Jim says, I bet you she's better looking. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Oh, we're definitely not going to do that. We're definitely not going to do that. So like I stated, when it comes down to what's been going on, my prayers goes out to the Trump administration coming in. And I genuinely mean that. I genuinely, respectfully mean that, because nobody is supposed to be in a position, as far as you're bothering their peace. Donald Trump is not even officially in, ladies and gentlemen. The Senate has not even agreed with these nominations that he's put out. Please let these people breathe. Please do not continue to swat these people. Please do not do that. Do not continue to swat these people. Right? They are human. And I'm only saying that because this has to stop. This harassing, this bullying, this swatting. Please leave these people alone. We can agree to disagree, but that does not mean for you to harass, and I'm going to be honest, and bother these people, please. Kendall says you have to remember that it takes all kind of people to make the world great. Yes. Make the world go around. Joy says, hate will devour your soul. Joe says, are they putting her under investigation? Joe, I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, because I've never heard of this. And you guys tell me this. I've never heard in my entire life, I've never heard so many nominees get attacked the way they are being attacked at this point. And they have not even had the official inaugural ceremony. I mean, this is ridiculous. So I'm stating that to say, please be peaceful with each other. Please, people, please. And I mean that so serious. I'm serious, because it's not about, if you don't like the Democrats, if you don't like the Republicans, how pretty this person looking, all that is irrelevant. What about humanity? Okay, what about humanity? Kendall says, is this woman supposed to be the double agent? Who are you talking about? Who's the double agent? Ms. Shamrock says, Kendall, everyone needs to be much more kind. Yes, kind. Joy says, followed politics for 40 years. Never seen this. Exactly. Yes. That's why I say, please be kind to each other. Be respectful to each other, right? It's okay if you don't understand. If you don't understand, watch this. Watch this. You don't have to understand her. You don't even have to understand why Donald Trump picked her. You don't even have to understand. I'll take it there. You don't even have to understand her. I'll take it on a whole nother level. I'll take it on a whole nother level. You don't even have to understand why Donald Trump picked his attorney to be the Solicitor General. You don't have to understand that either. But I tell you what you have to understand, there's a thing called respect. There's a thing called knowing how to carry yourself. Right? Because what people fail to realize, when you're doing all this swatting, when you're harassing, bullying, doing all this, you cannot continue to do that. It will catch up with you. And that is why the FBI, they released this statement, and I'm glad they did. They released this statement. They said, and I quote, going to show it to you one moment. They said that they are investigating this. They are investigating this. I want people to understand this. You cannot keep doing this. Whatever, I don't know what type of agenda you guys have. And when I say you guys, whoever is doing all of this swatting, it has to stop. I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm going to just leave it at that and end it on that. And thank you guys for coming in. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please, if you support the channel, right? And what we're talking about, I pinned what Joy said, and I quote, be responsible for yourself. Be responsible for yourself. So I want people to understand that. And also have some humanity. Have some humanity. And thank you guys for coming in. I know I'm leaving a little bit early, but this is Thanksgiving. Doc says they are investigating a lot of things in this election. Free Will says, he's not the messer. He's a very naughty boy. Who are you talking about, Free Will? Who are you talking about? Chops, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it so much. And like I said, please, please, please have respect for each other. Please, if you, whoever, I want you guys to please leave these Donald Trump new administration coming in, his nominations, please leave them alone. Let them be in peace. They are human too. They have a family. Let them be. You don't want anybody to bother you. Don't bother them. And before I go, you guys always know I always read positivity. Doc says there are that think he is Messa or some chosen one. It's wow, for real. That's what freedom. That's what free will is talking about. Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. Mrs. Shamrock says 9 a.m. was my time limit. Look, oh no, gotta go cook. Happy Turkey Day to all. Yes. And I'm gonna read my positivity before I go. I always says this, always eliminate the if, focus on the present, Focus on self, not on others. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to focus on myself and not on others. I got to do better. I got to do better. And always tell yourself, I will learn something new every day. I will not get upset at what I don't have control. I will say I have to do better on that. And there's a reason I say that. I have to do better on that. And if anybody sees me get out of place on that, I'm telling you right now, I apologize, right? And I'm human. Okay? I'm human. Also, last thing, always say, advocate. Advocate for yourself. Because if you cannot advocate for yourself and speak up, who will speak up for you? And on that note, thank you guys for coming in. Shout out to Roger. Shout out to Joy. Yes, shout out to Mrs. Shamrock. Shout out to the Herbal Goddess. Thank you guys for coming in. Shout out to Art of War. And happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to everybody that came into this live. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Always have a peace of mind and always be in peace. Peace. This is Politic Graham. Bye.